Hi there, this is Louise again, and welcome to my video. In this video, I'm going to be reminiscing about my daughter Elianna. I wrote a piece many years ago about her and as to what kind of girl she was, and I would like to share it with you. I want to help you connect with her and not just about the loss. It's important for me to honor Elianna's personality and her life. We will always remember Elianna, the young girl with a radiant smile and the most beautiful mane of red hair. She had a caring heart and an inner beauty that sparkled within and radiated on the outside. So many beautiful attributes Elianna portrayed, and yet never in a million years would we even have the slightest idea she would leave this earth so very suddenly. Nobody is invincible, although we like to think we are. Situations arise when we least expect them to, and these situations can turn our lives around full circle. Nothing has ever been the same again, but since her tragic and untimely passing, I've gained many good spiritual thoughts and the unwavering support of immediate family and friends. Even a hug from a stranger in empathy for my loss has come to mean so much. I lost my girl, but gained great comfort, love, and understanding in her place. I remember Elianna growing up, her first laugh, losing her first tooth, her first step, and the first day she started preschool. And then 2 years later, she was off to kindergarten. She was loved and protected. A little voice inside kept telling me that love is the most important quality you can give a child. I felt in my heart that my job was to be home with her and to be the best nurturing mother I could possibly be. Elianna was a much loved and respected girl, both in our family and at school. We miss her terribly. It has been a difficult 2.5 years without her. I miss seeing Elianna still and the way she used to laugh. I miss brushing her red thick hair. I miss watching her holding her sister's hand in a comforting way, and how she used to cuddle up to her favorite dog Ace, and her being a role model to her brother and her sister. I also miss watching her play Barbies with her sister Jessica. I miss kissing her on the cheek when she leaves for school in the morning, and her warm hugs. I miss her laughter and her smile. I miss seeing the distinct mark on her front teeth when she laughs. I also miss hearing her sing in the shower. I also miss her caring attitude she had towards other people. She loved her friends and having sleepovers. It's painful for me to see Elianna's classmates becoming teenagers, but I do take comfort in the fact that Elianna is growing spiritually each and every day. Although I may be sad that she isn't with us, she is only a heartbeat away, and I know she sees us all too, as we talk of her and all the things she did and said. I remember her being proud of the fish she caught a couple of weeks before she passed, and the memory makes me smile a lot. She was close to nature and loved animals. I like to think of Elianna as living and learning as a spiritual being in a peaceful dimension where love exists and pain does not. Elianna loved school and all her teachers. She loved drama and took pride in involving herself in various school activities which were offered. She was smart and she was a good role model to her fellow students as well as to her brother and sister. She inspired me in so many ways. One quality she had was not ever worrying about what people thought. I wished in so many ways I could inherit this trait myself. Elianna would get things done in a plain and simple manner and would move on where most of us would sit around dwelling on certain situations. She didn't have to prove herself because she was content with who she was. I always felt that Elianna was an old soul because I learned so much from her. Sometimes I felt like the child and she was the adult. She would never involve herself in cliques. I raised her to try and get along with everyone, and she did. Sometimes she would tell me this and tell me that, and I would get annoyed. And she would say, "Don't worry, Mom, no big deal." I remember the time when she excitedly told me she got the part of Kendra in the school play, Whining and Dining at the Snack and Yak. She had previously looked at the script and prayed she would get the part of Kendra. Elianna was suited to playing Kendra, and she pulled it off very well. Her dad and I were very proud of her and watched her on stage. Her confidence shone through, and she became our shining star. After every drama practice, Elianna would go up to the drama teacher and thank her, which was unusual for a girl of 10. She really and truly appreciated being part of the drama club, and it shone through during rehearsals and also when she was on stage. Elianna was especially happy when she got the role of Lady Alessandra in King Arthur's Court. This was a coveted role, and the teacher said that Elianna would fit the role perfectly, which she did, with her assured manner and wonderful red hair. At home, she loved to decorate cakes and bake cookies, something most children like to do. She loved going to McDonald's for ice cream, and particularly enjoyed her smoothies. Elianna would love to bounce on the trampoline with her friends and siblings, always having fun and laughing. She was such a bright spark and impossible to forget. One day I remember her treading on dog poop in the backyard. Not something any of us want to experience, but she was laughing, hopping around on one foot, telling her dad to wipe her foot to get rid of the mess. She always found a bright side to life, which was quite refreshing. When she was much younger, she used to like picking up creepy crawlers that nobody would dare touch. She would pick up huge caterpillars and frogs without flinching and marvel at them, showing the adults around her what she had found. She was in harmony with nature and, of course, did not think it was squeamish or gross. She seemed so amused and fascinated, always such a bright and happy girl. She loved swimming in the family pool and would stay in the pool for hours. She would lie on the float and listen to the comforting sound of the water lapping around her without speaking. Her lovely clear eyes closed and a hint of a smile on her young face. I often wonder now what was going on inside her young head. Elianna was never particularly fond of picking out her own clothes for school. Many times it was too bothersome for her, so I had to do it. She wasn't really interested in fashion, like most girls her age. She did not really care, but as long as she was clean and comfortable with what she was wearing, then she was happy. Comfort was more important to her than looking good. She was the reason I decided to go back to school. I know she was proud of me. She once told me that if I tried hard enough, it can be done. What an encouraging remark to say coming from a 10-year-old. She never gave up herself and succeeded in everything she did because she put her mind to it, just like she was telling me to. Looking back, Elianna never wanted to be alone. I asked her a couple of times when she was around 11, 12, if she would mind staying home alone, just for an hour so I could run to the store. She never ever liked the idea. She would tell me no right away. I didn't want to argue with her because to me this wasn't something really worth arguing about, so I just let it be. When I think back, I often wonder that underneath she knew something was going to happen, an inner voice deep rooted in her soul, a knowing. Something bad may happen if she was suddenly left in the house on her own. We will never know, but looking back, I'm so glad that I never did leave Elianna on her own in the house, and that I was always there for her during her 12 years, which is quite a long time, the thought of which still comforts me today. She was loved and cherished, and lived 12 years to the fullest. The zest and energy she put into those years live on still in all those around her. The tree the school dedicated to Elianna bears beautiful red leaves each fall, a reminder to me of her wonderful chestnut red hair. The tree is a poignant reminder, as it blossoms and grows, that life really goes on. There may be life-changing situations, but there is never an end to life. It's just a continuous cycle. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I will be sharing more in my next videos, so please be kind to yourselves and God bless.